Hey, Growth Venture family out there. Just wanted to welcome you to another podcast episode today with myself and Ted Jones.
Mhm.
Welcome, welcome. All right. So, the topic we've got for you today is all about ads and managing, it's more specific, managing ads. And as a business, how can you leverage your paid media, it's digital ads, Google, Facebook, social media, you name it, how can you use this to do a better job on driving leads, driving conversions, driving sales into your business? All right. So
Mhm.
no stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, lots of people use this. I mean, everybody's pretty much. If you've got a business, you've probably done Google ads, you've probably
Sure.
tested the waters with Facebook ads or something along those lines. And some people do well with them, some people do great with them. Plenty of
Right.
people like,
Well,
I don't
and
know what to do.
probably depends on how well you define your audience and your targets in those
Very much
cases.
so. Very
Yeah.
much so. Now, I don't know if I've managed ads for a number of different organizations here at our company, um, but one of the things that the trends, if you can think of a trend, if you look back, over the last probably 5 years, one of the things that's kind of been that I've seen kind of coming about is when you used to be able to just create an ad and it ran, and if you wanted to try and test against each other, you created another ad. Well, the platforms these days are they've enabled, and they've actually been done this for a while. YouTube basically run ads against each other. Google's introduced features to like a responsive ads for, hey, give me 5 headlines, 5 or 10
Yeah.
descriptions, and a whole bunch of different images, and we will test to see which one works best
Mhm.
and run those. I mean, these ad platforms, it is in their interest for you to sell as much as you possibly can. If Because if you don't, you're not going to use their platform.
Sure.
Simple.
And for them
They wanna
to
do their job.
send that traffic your way.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that I have to give my money to them, but it works. It really does work.
They're not gonna
Um,
send them your way if you don't.
yeah, because if I spend $1 and I'm able to make $4 off of an ad, there's no reason I'm probably not gonna continue and keep doing that and keep doing that. I will spend as much as I can if I can spend $1 and
Mhm.
make $4 or whatever the return on ad spend is.
Right.
So So it's in their interest to do the best job they possibly can for us. Now, what I've been noticing is, we've got these capabilities now, and I've been seeing this from Google left and right lately. They're giving me calls and saying, "Hey, we want to help you optimize your account."
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a lot of times it's not so good. But they've introduced a lot of things for automation. Okay, so hey, you know what? We see your keywords. Do you want us to automatically create add new keywords, or
Based
or
on
put
that, yeah.
negative keywords in, things like that? Yeah.
Mhm.
And yep, sometimes I turn those on, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on on what's working, what's not. Again, it's all testing. But the thing is, it's AI based.
Right.
They're introducing more and more and more AI into the algorithms because there's too many variables to try and keep track of. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, um, I know that, as a human being, I can pretty much still beat these AIs when it comes to knowing what the right thing is to do. But they're continuing to add on these new features and more new features and more new features and new types of ad types and new types of creative types in order to try and do the best job it can in order to find your audience and convert more of your audience.
Yep.
And so as a business, it's getting to the point where, I really question the future of paid media ad management agencies.
Mm.
I mean, how
Wow.
useful are they going to be? If an AI, at least in time, is going to be able to beat us out, beat us poor
Sure.
humans out.
Or to your point, put it on automatic mode and it starts
Right.
sending traffic your way, based off of your target.
Yeah. Because I can say, okay, Google or Facebook or wherever, this is my business, this is my audience, this is these are my goals. Please go get me customers.
Right.
That's kind of the trend on, I think, where these platforms are going, and there's a whole bunch of AI services out there for doing things along these lines. This is where it's going. I think ad agencies, as we know them today, are going to be really hurting over here in a few years
Mhm.
because these platforms are going to be doing it for us. They're going to be
Well,
beating us at it.
and this gets back to what, we were talking about a couple weeks ago about Google not sending traffic to your site and,
Yep.
because they're generating responses in the feed results.
Right.
But their best interest is to continue that flow,
Right.
to your site, and really the best thing you should be doing
Through.
from that point is how are you consuming that traffic coming in, and
Exactly.
whether or not you're you know having a good onboarding process through your site or through your lead forms or your landing pages.
Exactly. It's the customer experience. And so if
Yep,
Google and Facebook or whatever ad platform out there is optimizing your ads and driving you traffic, it's now up to you as the business to optimize your customer experience. When
that's
people
right.
get here, are they able to pass the grunt test? Are they able to find the conversion and buy your product or fill out the form or whatever it is that you've set up as a goal? It's
Sure.
the customer experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and the platforms, even the content management platforms today, when receiving those traffics, whether it's based off UTM parameters or
Right.
some other source, you can personalize that content, you know, completely, whether it's
Very much
different
so.
images, different. So,
Mhm.
it's going to work on both sides where, you can take your web platform, personalize the experience based off those incoming ads.
Right. And us as as the business owner or director of marketing or whatever it may be, it is our responsibility now for making the best experience possible. No, that's always been the case, but most people have been, oh, make my ads work better, and they focus less on the customer experience because they think if they can get more traffic, by default, they're going to get more conversions, which is true to a point. But imagine the number of conversions you can get if your customer experience was like, man, it was fantastic, solid. People are able to find what they need, buy what they need real quick, and you're making money. You're minting money if you can get that customer experience right.
Yeah, and you said something about more traffic, possibly more leads, but that's that debate of quality over
Sure.
quantity and whether or not you're getting, you know, actual purchasers coming back to your site
Mhm. Yeah. And that's the
versus
beauty. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the beauty. That's kind of where these ad platforms are going to be. They see these conversions, assuming you're setting everything right. They're seeing these conversions, and if they're saying, "Oh, conversions aren't working, maybe I need to adjust my audience." So if you've got a bad customer experience, then these ad platforms are going to get the wrong, excuse me, the wrong insights and adjust incorrectly. And so you have
Yeah,
to be really good at that customer experience and
what
making sure it's working.
that gets you thinking about Google Analytics and how Google Analytics is going to tie back into
Yep.
that conversion and knowing that the traffic that's getting sent over, can be tweaked a little bit on the
Mhm.
front end.
Definitely, definitely.
That'll be an interesting time, won't
Yep.
it?
Imagine when the day yeah. It's crazy to think of the day that come, "Okay, Google, you do this. Now my AI content management system, you adjust over here with a few parameters based on what's coming in, and you just flip a switch, and everything's kind of constantly adjusting itself to get sales at the end of the day." And you're just like, "Okay, I'm selling a
Well,
widget."
that's kind of scary to think. I've heard of people having like faceless blogs and faceless YouTube channels that are content generated and get into this automated cycle that, is like, you know, is it, I
Yeah.
think going back to something earlier, authenticity and whether or
Oh,
not something
everything.
is unique or not, and, the product that you offer as well. So,
Yeah, 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 most definitely. And you're absolutely right. I mean, of course, the product has to be something somebody wants, or the service has to be something somebody wants. But yeah, this is still just crazy times that we live in. It's still the wild, wild west to me. I know that have the internet's been around a long time, but it still feels like things are just we're just at the tip of the iceberg of what we're capable of accomplishing with any.
yeah. And, I don't know if you've seen the past week or so, but people are starting to put spiders on there, or, to block crawlers, these AI crawlers. And
Mhm.
there's going to be a gap, from some of these sites that, just haven't opened up their knowledge, right?
Right.
Like we've
Yep.
talked about before.
So, yeah, who knows what we're going to end up predicting coming out of all of this? But at the end of the day, I mean, if I'm a good business and I can communicate well and I've got a good product, it's going to sell as long as people are aware of it.
Yeah,
And ads are still to this day in the top three drivers channels for getting customers at
sure.
the end of the day. So because they do work, and that's why Google is as big as they are because they do work. They work extremely well,
Mhm.
and they're constantly making improvements to make it better. So,
Yep, and people are still starting at Google. I mean, I'd say Amazon might take a little bit of that now when,
oh yeah, I agree.
people are going strictly to Amazon to search for something.
Sure, absolutely. So at the end of the day, what are we saying is, I think personally, ad agencies as they exist now are going to be in trouble here over the next few years because of this. But there's a big opportunity for people to step more into the customer experience side of things,
Yep.
where there's probably greater opportunity for every business that's out there that wants to take that seriously, because it's going to that customer experience is going to impact paid, organic, whatever other channel we've got coming in. If you've making improvements on that, it's going to be a big win for the business. So
Yeah, and conversion rate optimization, is key. Just knowing internally what your visitors are doing and where they're
mhm,
getting snagged in the journey.
you got it. That's spot on.
Yeah.
All righty. So I think that's it for the episode today.
Yeah.
Please follow, like,
Important.
share wherever you're consuming this, and we will see you on the episode next time. Appreciate it, everybody. Appreciate it, Ted.
See you, Jumpo.
See you.
We appreciate you joining us for this session at Growth Ventures. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show. And visit us at growth.ventures for more resources based on this topic, as well as other episodes that will help you grow your business. That's growth.ventures. Until next time, get out there and start growing your brand.